I want to welcome you back to BLACKSITE, and tonight we're going to be talking about Whoppi Goldberg being suspended for The View for 2 weeks for anti-Semitic remarks. First, I would like for you to subscribe to this channel, hit that like button, hit that notification button, but also comment on this video. Whoppi Goldberg has been on The View for over a decade, and she has been spouting the progressive liberal Democrat socialist points. She is one of the leaders of the Twitter followers. But now she's being eaten by the same people that she led the force for. After her remarks about the Holocaust, we know what she said. The Anti-Defamation League and many Jewish leaders came down on Whoppi Goldberg. But if we go back to the show while she was speaking, it was a point in time where Joey Behar tried to bail her out. But Whoppi Goldberg kept talking. And she also did that on the Stephen Colbert show, trying to explain away what she said. But Whoppi should have known there are two groups of people that you cannot talk about in Hollywood. That's Jewish people and the LGBTQI community. But I really think Whoppi Goldberg got caught up in herself. She got caught up that she believed that she could talk about anything at any time. She has been spouting things about Trump, the Republican Party, white nationalists, and sometimes you get so used to saying things that you forget where you are and who you are and who is paying your check. And I think Whoppi Goldberg crossed that line. And now she has to pay dearly. She's suspended from The View for 2 weeks. She will have to go on a national apology tour, basically speaking to every rabbi that wants to speak to her. She will have to go to the Holocaust Museum. She will have to be made an example of, just like Nick Cannon, that you never cross that line. Whoppi should have known you could talk about anybody. You could talk about black people. You could talk about white people, but you can't talk about those two groups. And now the people that she fought so hard beside her have now turned on her. She's getting no support. Matter of fact, in the Daily Mail, they are saying people on the View staff want Whoppi Goldberg fired. I'm like, damn, Whoppi. All that fighting you have done for progressives, the Democrat Party, and the leftists have all gone out the window because you made one wrong statement. But you have to understand that the progressive liberals in America, the socialists, they will eat their own to make an example out of you. And now you're on the outside, basically with no friends. And you're probably looking around the room saying, where is everybody at? Where's Joy? Where's Sonny? Where's all your buddies in Hollywood? They have all turned their back on you because they know you can't mess with the guy that hands out the checks. This should be a lesson learned by a lot of people, especially black people in Hollywood. You should have stuck by Monique when she was fighting her battle against Netflix. And maybe you would have had some people come to your side. But now you're on an island. And nobody wants to go up against that Hollywood machine. Yeah, they'll welcome her back and they'll let her spout her views, but she'll be on that leash. She will have to say everything that any liberal progressive tells her to say. And when the guy, Rabbi, came on The View today, what did he say? You need a Jewish host. Basically, to keep everybody in line. See, Whoopi Goldberg makes the mistake. You remember when Joy Behar said whatever she said about black people on her show? You see how Whoopi Goldberg and so many others came to her expense, came to her side, and helped her out. But no one's helping you out, Whoopi. Nobody will go up against the Jewish community. So what are you going to do now? It's going to be shameful watching a woman in her mid-60s travel around the country and apologize when they never apologized to us. We still haven't gotten an apology from this country for 400 years of slavery, segregation, Jim Crow. But they'll make sure if you even think about saying something about them, you will pay a price so dear that anybody who comes behind you would never say anything about their community. This is what happens when you join forces with the white liberal. You can fight hard for them. You can fight hard for all the issues that you believe in. But once you cross that line, once you say something they don't like, you will be taught a lesson. And this is how they put fear into black folks and other people in Hollywood. They make sure that a Whoopi Goldberg, a Nick Cannon, a Isaiah Washington are treated in such a horrible way that some of them are blackmailed. And they might give you back your credentials if you bend the knee, bow down, and worship whatever they have to say. A free people don't do that. But Whoopi Goldberg will have to do that to keep her job. We as black people should do the same thing. Quit forgiving people. See, when she went after Bill Maher last week, who happens to be Jewish, she didn't think it was going to be any repercussions when she slipped up. Oh, she slipped up big time. And I'm talking about they brought the pain, they brought the hammer, and she was the nail. No one's there for her but herself and her family. And she would have got help from the black community, but she abandoned Monique for the liberals on the left, who are now turning their backs on Whoopi Goldberg. I want to thank you for listening to BLACKSITE. I hope you subscribe to this channel, smash that like button, but also share this video.